It's been a little bit longer between videos from what I usually post, but as a very convenient YouTuber excuse of saying things have been busy, well, things have been busy. I can't elaborate too much on that right now, but when I can talk about everything that's been going on a little bit more, I think everyone will probably forgive me for taking a little bit longer to post a video than usual. Previously, when I've done these videos, I've made note that there's been a lot of S550s and Coyotes that have gone up for sale or for trade to try and get a Terminator Cobra. So I figured I would clear out my folder of all the S550s and just do one video based on those, because moving forward that will provide more diversity as far as different types of cars to actually bring up in the videos. I know I had said before that I had exhausted all my screenshots of the posts without going into more detail with the individual photos, but this was one that I had lingering from before, so I figured I would get this out of the way early on, and that way all the rest of them are actual photos that they posted. And because like you can see, there's 2 extra photos on here, but I only screenshotted the post and not the individual photos. As you can see, this one is a 2004 turbo built Gen 1 with a T56 Magnum ruby red Mustang. He wants to trade for an 0304 Cobra. Message me for more details and info. Car made 700 on 12 pounds of boost. Even though I've kind of been a little bit harsh on S550s and Coyotes, one thing I've never denied is that they make a lot of power. This is making, by his claims, 700 on 12 pounds of boost as compared to my Cobra, which makes just about 700 as it was modded last summer on 19.5 pounds of boost. And granted, you're also comparing turbo versus supercharger, so there's that whole different dynamic that comes into play. But there's no doubt that you can make a lot of power on a Coyote-based S550 Mustang, and you can see that here. I'm not sure exactly what happened with this car. I remember the posts, but I do not recall if anyone ever took him up on his offer, but it appears to be a really nice S550, pretty well built. So it would make a nice car for someone that wanted to jump out of a Terminator to get into something more newer and modern. Up next is a 2016 California Special full bolt-on 5.0 with a clean title. Manual transmission, 39,000 miles. Considering trading for a Cobra located in South Carolina. What's out there? He does state that it's a full bolt-on car and it is sitting on a dyno, but he didn't give any specifics as far as the power level, at least in the initial post. Maybe there was some in the comments. And I'm not sure exactly what the Coyotes make with full bolt-ons, but I'm sure it's a pretty good power level. And from the looks of it, it looks like a really clean, nice car, and being a California Special is a little bit more unique than just the regular GTs that you often see. But as you can see, he did not provide any other photos, so I'm not sure how serious he really was about trying to get into a Terminator. I would think that anyone that wanted to trade would offer up a lot of photos just because under hood shots, interior shots, from behind, underneath, all that stuff. But maybe he was just kind of lightly testing the waters to see if there was anything that grabbed his interest, and then from there provided someone who was interested with a lot more information and photos on the car. But from the initial post, that's all I had. The next S550 is one of my favorite colors, red. But he says, looking to trade my 2011 Coyote, which 2011 would make it a Gen 1, with 52,000 original miles for an 0304 Terminator, with cash on my end, of course. Info will be in the pictures. Located in Florida, but I will travel. As you go through the pictures on this one, you can see it's got some pretty nice mods on it. From this one here, you can see it has a set of BBK headers. I'm not sure if he was specific on what size they were, but definitely a nice upgrade to get if you're looking at getting an S550. And from this photo, you can see that it does have nitrous outlet solenoids on it. So it's also packing nitrous along with the long tubes on it. So what initially appeared to be a fairly unassuming Gen 1 Coyote is actually packing quite a bit. I'm not positive of what nitrous level he's pushing on it or what the power level was. I don't usually go through all the comments and screenshot because I don't like to put people's personal profile names and stuff in the videos without them knowing about it. So I generally leave the comment section out. It's just a lot to blur out and stuff like that. So I generally don't do that for the video. But as you can see, it's a pretty nice stout car here, and I'll go through scroll through a few more photos that he posted. I do know the Gen 1s can't handle the amount of power that the Gen 2 and Gen 3 does, but I assume it's a pretty well built and tuned car, but that's something I'd want to know up front before getting into it. But overall, really nice, well built Coyote. This will be the last Coyote for this video and the last Coyote that I currently have in my folder. As you can see, he says delete if not allowed, which it was allowed. He said I have a 2010 ProCharge GT looking to trade for a Cobra. This was the only other photo he did provide. Didn't go into details about mods on the car, anything like that. So it may have been another post just kind of testing the waters as a feeler to see, what Cobra owners out there would consider trading for this car. He also specified just Cobra in general, as there are some people, even though it's a dedicated 03, 04 Cobra for sale group, there are some people that will post up other Cobras they have, which generally we remove those because it is 03, 04 Cobra specific. It still kind of amazes me that somebody has something that they want to get rid of to acquire something that they want more than what they currently have, and provide so few details on what they're trying to get rid of. If I wanted to trade any vehicle that I have or sell any vehicle that I have, I will provide as much information as I possibly could. But like I said, maybe it's more of just like a feeler post to kind of see, what's out there, and maybe someone will be like, oh man, I love that color and I like the wheels on it, and regardless of whether it's modded or not, maybe they want to get out of an 03, 04 Cobra and get into something more like this. So if you haven't already been able to tell, I am under the weather. Another reason why I kind of took a little bit longer to make another video, but I 100% blame my coworker that I work directly with. He's been sick for the past week, and of course passed it on to me. How lucky. At least this time it's not COVID, it's just a head cold, but I'm kind of going through the worst of it right now. Things have been improving here weather-wise. I'm really hoping to have the Cobra out in April to start doing more videos with it again. Things are moving forward with it as far as the mods being done. It was up next at the shop, so that was actually like a few weeks ago. So things are being done on the Cobra now. It was just a matter of waiting for my turn in line. There hasn't been a solid time frame on when it's getting re-dynoed yet. I'm kind of hoping towards the end of April, if things get wrapped up with the car pretty soon. That's kind of how it stands with the Cobra right now, so it shouldn't be too much longer before I have it back home and able to start doing more videos with it. As far as what I alluded to at the beginning of the video, as far as what I've been so busy with, that is something that I will be discussing in some videos not too far from now. It's just going to take a little bit of time and some nicer weather, and then I can be much more forthcoming on what's been going behind the scenes here and be able to bring it to everyone on the channel. I hope everyone enjoyed this dedicated version to the S550 and Coyotes for people wanting to trade them for Terminator Cobras. Like I said, I've kind of been a little bit hard on them, but in the end, I don't really hate Coyotes or S550s. I just, I dog on them a little bit from time to time, but I do respect them for what they are. If you're new here and want to see more stuff regarding my Cobra or more videos like this, the subscribe button is below. But above all else, everyone, thanks for watching.